Welcome to another episode of the Firepreneurs Podcast. We are in our Tactical Tip Tuesday series, and we're getting ready to talk about one of my favorite subjects because it is one of the least favorite subjects for a lot of my friends that own home services companies, because either A, they don't like to do it, or B, they like to do it, but it doesn't get done when they don't do it, which is the subject of door hangers. Door hangers. Here we go. Okay. So this is what I consider like an admin / marketing task. It's mainly a marketing task, but the reason I also call it an admin system or task is because what you do with the information of who got a F.I.R.E round at their house or at this place of service, if that place of service, the team did a F.I.R.E round around that house, it can create some other marketing systems that you can kind of create inside of your company. Like that egg, when you pull one top off, there's another egg, there's another egg. This is one of those tasks that whoever we do the F.I.R.E rounds for, it can actually spin off another task inside of our systems and processes, which I'll talk about in a later series. But that's the reason why I call it an admin and a marketing one, because the information gets logged and it can actually kick off another task within the company. But door hangers are one of these sore subjects with a lot of owners and small business operators, because when you think about someone like me, for example, or anybody listening who's in a similar boat, like when you were on the truck doing the thing and you're the owner, so you're highly motivated to grow your business, like you're not missing a day without doing some door hangers, because like that's what's going to actually get you your next round of business. And I remember when I was first getting started, like we were putting these things out, and like if you've talked to me and you know me, and I'm talking to home service company owners, I say that this is something that you have to do. You should keep doing it. And it's not so much that by itself alone, it's going to grow your business exponentially. That's not what I'm saying. What I am telling you though is that it's a foundational layer that's part of a bigger foundational layer. So it's like within that foundational layer of marketing for your business, that if you're not doing it, you're missing a impression that you could be making in the neighborhoods where you're working. But more importantly is if you're doing it and you're the owner and you're not skipping this step, the helper that's with you that day, they're gonna see you putting the door hangers out at the end of the job. And then they're gonna be doing a teach, show, watch, whether you know it or not. By doing it, they're seeing you do it. And they know that if you do it, they need to do it. And then you're going to sometimes let them be the one to do it. And you're going to watch them to make sure that they do it so that it becomes a habit, right? The idea of a habit taking 67 days to form, right? So if that is true, then if you're riding with that person regularly and they're seeing you do it, if it becomes a habit for them, when you move off that truck and you're no longer working with that person regularly and you've moved up into a different role in the business, now that person, it's a habit for them. So their helper that they hire and train, they're going to make it, that crew leader is going to make it a habit for that person, and then so on and so forth. Well, it's not long before you're going to be doing hundreds of jobs with your business a year, a month, whatever the case, right? Well, think about that. 5 door hangers going around to every job that you do. Think about the thousands of impressions those door hangers make. The pushback I get here regularly is that, oh, I have my guys go out and do 250 door hangers and we didn't get any jobs. Door hangers suck. Like, listen, like you gotta go do 250 door hangers just randomly because your guys are slow, but you don't make it part of your day to day. You can't sit there and expect for door hangers to be a knee-jerk reaction. Like, well, I put 250 out, so I should guaranteed get 25 jobs every time I do 250 door hangers. That you're missing the point. It's about forming the habit of doing door hangers on the customers that you're already serving, where you're already working. That is the piece that makes the most sense. Your truck was parked in their driveway. The neighbors probably saw your truck parked in their driveway. They probably saw your team working. If you go put a door hanger around the houses, around that house at the end of the job, you're adding to the impressions that neighbor may have gotten while watching you work. If you did a good job while doing that work, the person you did the job for may have a conversation with that neighbor about the good job that you did. Now that neighbor has seen your truck in their driveway, got your marketing material, which was the door hanger, and they got a good feedback from their neighbor who was your customer. Thereby, increasing the likelihood that that neighbor will use you in the future when the time comes. Door hangers are one of those tasks that you do for the future, like for that future job with that neighbor. It's just a better assurance that when that time comes, you are top of mind. I could go on pretty long-windedly about door hangers. I feel like I already have, so I'll stop harping on this. I'll explain to you a little bit how we track it on the job checklist. So we put it on the front. I also put it down here in tasks to be completed. I also mentioned it again. But what we do is we put it up here and it says door hangers delivered. And then in parentheses, we put 5 door hangers, 5 DH, times number of jobs. So the quota for our teams are 5 door hangers times the number of jobs that they do. So if they had 5 jobs, we would expect them to have completed and put out 25 door hangers. And that's what they're going to put, which I didn't make the line right there, but here it is right here. That's what they're going to put at the end of the day before they turn this sheet in with the money that we collected that day. They fill out everything on the back. When they turn this in, before they turn it in, they're going to fill out some of these things that are end of day tasks. One of them is to annotate the number of door hangers delivered. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward, right? Now, the question, or I guess some of the pushback I've gotten in the past, and I'll share this with you, is that what if the guys just pencil whip it and they just throw the door hangers in the back of the truck, right? Yeah. Could that happen? 100%. Here's the deal though. What gets measured gets accomplished. You got to start somewhere. Like if you want to hold your teams accountable, first of all, be the good leader that we know that you are, and do it yourself first, and have your team members see you doing it. And as you build your organization over months and the years to come, if you've made it a daily thing that you were doing yourself first, and your team saw you doing it, they're more likely to keep doing it. But that's not good enough. So what gets measured gets accomplished. You also got to make it something that they have to measure themselves and keep track of. And that's why it's on the job checklist. It's another place where, oh yeah, I'm supposed to do door hangers, right? Third, what you inspect, your team will respect. So this goes back to the quality of your service anyways. Like if you want to make sure your team are actually doing door hangers, and you don't want to just go to the dark side and immediately say like, oh, all employees suck, they're just going to throw them in the back of the truck and blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, set that aside for a second. Why don't you just make sure that it gets done? And a way you can do that is quality assurance ride-alongs. If you're a company, then you have more than one truck, multiple trucks, or you have team members, or maybe you're not there yet, but you want to get there. Well, when you do get there, or if you already are there, you have to remember that you still have to go out and ensure the quality of your product, ensure the quality of your service. And the way that you do that is quality assurance ride-alongs. And on those quality assurance ride-alongs, make sure the team member is following all these steps. And here's the deal. If they skip one, call them on it. Like, I know that everybody has different personalities and that confrontation can be challenging. But the reality is if you're going to own a business, you better get used to it. If you own a business and you're not willing to confront one of your team members who is blind or openly skipping steps on your job checklist, you are going to get walked on, period. You have to be willing to correct something when you see it getting not done right then. The right time to correct the situation when somebody is not doing something on your job checklist is when you see it getting done. How are you going to see it not getting done? Go do quality assurance ride-alongs. Do I do those today? It's not apples to apples. I have 74 team members in the company. We have 5 locations. I can't go do a quality assurance ride-along at every location. But I can promise you that when the business was smaller, I was doing those. Today, the company is, I have leaders in my company that go and do those quality assurance ride-alongs. But I'll be honest with you, when you grow the organization, especially to our size that we have right now, we have 21 trucks right now at the time of this recording. So is there a chance that some of the guys at the other locations are skipping this step? Yep. Has it happened before in the past? Yep. But that's why it's a constant maintenance thing. You have to continue to inspect it so that your teams will continue to respect it. If they stop respecting it, it has typically in the past happened to me when we as a company have neglected the quality assurance ride-alongs. But when we do the quality assurance ride-alongs, we're showing the team that we're going to inspect it. And they remember to respect it. And when we do that, this gets done. And I know it gets done because people will call in and say, we got one of your door hangers when they book the job. When people might pencil with this and get away with it is when we stop doing the quality assurance ride-along. So part of the admin and marketing here is also kind of an operations step. Like having your team just write down a number here isn't enough. You have to also trust but verify, meaning that you're still going to have to go out there or have a leader in your company who's managing the operation, go out and do those ride-alongs and see that it's getting done. If you're a leader that's going to be doing those ride-alongs, the best way to show your team that you're not just out there to like have gotcha moments is if you're out there doing the ride-along that day, at the end of the job, say, hey, John Doe, we're wrapping up here. How about you take 10 door hangers? I'll take 10 door hangers. You go that way, I'll go this way. Let's go knock this out. Do it with them. Do it with them. Show them that you're still willing to do it yourself. Have your team see you still be willing to lead from the front. If you're an ops manager or you're just somebody who's like a lead technician at this point and you're listening to this and you're trying to, or you got somebody in your company who's that rank, if they're going to be the ones doing the quality assurance ride-alongs, make sure that you as their leader communicate to them that when they go out to verify this is getting done, that say, hey, lead technician John Doe, when you're out there with your entry-level crew chiefs or early crew chiefs or whatever, make sure that you do the door hangers with them when you do your quality assurance ride-along. Make sure you do those things with them as opposed to just observing whether it got done. That's the way that I would choose to lead. That's the advice that I would give you. But as far as job checklist, why I consider this such an important part of the job checklist as far as doing door hangers go, this actually spins into why I consider the job checklist the most important system to have at the foundation of your business. Because if you are doing these door hangers and they are getting done and you're making sure they get done, man, every day your trucks go out, there's hundreds of marketing impressions being made. Not just from your truck being a mobile billboard, from your teams being in uniform, but when these marketing materials go out, they can be immediate jobs for you. You've given them contact information, you've given them good information, you could have a discount on your door hanger, whatever the case as far as how you design your door hanger goes. But man, when you make this part of your system, part of your job checklist, telling them that they're going to do 5 minimum per job, you're talking about, especially in a multiple truck operation, hundreds a day, thousands a week, hundreds of thousands in a year, depending on how big the operation is, obviously. But the point I'm making is you do this in the beginning as you're just getting started. If you're a solopreneur, you got you and a helper, do it now. Put it on the job checklist, get used to writing it down. They're going to see you doing that, your helpers that is, and then as you grow the business, they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep filling it out that way. And next thing you know, you're talking about dozens, hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands of impressions being done in the course of business. In the course of the day-to-day business, this task will be getting completed. So that is the down and dirty on door hangers delivered, why I think it's so important, and gave you a little backstory of why this conversation has always been one that seems to get brought up as a step that should get skipped or why people don't think it works, but I am of the camp that it does. It's been in my business for 10 years. I continue to make sure it'll be in my business today, and it will be in my business for the next 10 years. So door hangers delivered, admin, marketing system. That's the wrap on this Tactical Tip Tuesday. We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Firepreneurs Podcast. If you found value in today's episode, we please ask that you subscribe to our YouTube channel or consider leaving us a 5-star review on your podcast outlet. Take care, everybody.